Alright, welcome back. I've recently moved to Texas. This is my first locals that I went to this past weekend. The big thing was I'm trying to play Dragon Links. I just didn't have all my cards, and I honestly did not expect to pick it all up in the very beginning. Before that, somewhere in Augusta, I was in Augusta for a little bit. I went to a case tourney. I played a similar list, but after that, I realized, some things weren't working, so I changed it up. I went 4-1, made top four, and then based on that, I was technically first, but then we decided to split. So here we go. It's just a Salamangreat deck profile because, if I'm going to be honest, this deck is still pretty good. The big thing is you can't be playing it as a combo. A lot of people will still try to play it combo with like Mud Skipper or Mud Skipper or whatever it is, but then you just leave yourself susceptible to too many hand traps, and there's just not a lot of bounce back ability with salads if you get hand trapped. So starting off, one of Gazelle and one of Falco, just pretty simple. If you don't have Gazelle, you're playing the deck wrong. No Foul, because Foul just isn't good, and his secondary effect just isn't as useful. But Falco, when it's sent to grave, whether it's off Signet Mining or maybe you have to do it with Rage, you could use its effect to reset something else you have in grave. 2 Foxy, 2 Spinny, and 2 Jaguar. The reason I play 2 of each is because you need at least 2 of Jaguar and Spinny because they help you extend. Plus, I'm playing Pot of Desires, and if you banish one, then you still need to be able to see the other. The reason why you're not playing 3 Foxy is because it's not as good as a starter card. Yeah, and that's about it. And then we're playing 3 Lady Debug. You're playing this card over Buffalo just because it helps with consistency. Then you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Versus Buffalo, you could be drawing extra hand traps and whatnot. And this deck, you're playing, I think, like 11 hand traps. And drawing into those are good, but then you won't be able to go anywhere else. You will be playing 3 Parallel Exceeds. I only have 1 OTS Hollow, looking for the other 2. Basically, this helps you chain block, get bodies on board, access code, insta-kill, 1 OTK, or even Baguska, or what is the other one? Dweller. So for the hand trap lineup, I'm playing 2 Veiler, 2 Ogre, 2 Droll, obviously 3 Ash, because Ash is a fire, and 3 Imperm. So Phantasme is a good card. However, I just feel that it's just not worth it overall. Because, everyone's playing some sort of link spam, so yeah, you will get it off. I just didn't find it. So before, instead of 2 Veiler or 2 Ogre, I think I was playing, I don't remember which one, but I was playing 2 Nibiru in the main. I noticed it just was not good enough. I kept running into like dinos and stuff like that where it was just a dead card. You have to play Ash. If you're not playing Ash, you're wrong. Imperm and Veiler really help, especially against like Infernobles or Dragon Link, and then Droll is also very good. Ogre was also very useful. So against Infernobles, I ogred their, was it the Isold, and I had another hand trap, probably Imperm or Veiler, and they just couldn't do anything else. Another game, Joel and Lockbird just completely ended a turn. I think it might have been against Mermails, but yeah. So most decks will be able to fight through 1 hand trap, and the reason why you're playing, 6, is so you draw more than 1, especially if you're going second. All right, next for the spells, one circle, one sanctuary, and then one monster reborn. And then after that, I have two will and two pots and three signet minings. So you have to play circle and sanctuary. That's a given. Reason why I'm playing two will and one reborn is because if you draw two will, then it's a dead card, but you do want to see it. But then Monster Reborn actually helped me beat Infernoble. So basically, I was able to disrupt their entire board, and they were only able to end with one monster on board. But then similarly, I had run out of almost all my resources, and I only had like a hand trap and Monster Reborn. Looked through their graveyard. They had the new Gearfried card. I was reading it because I hadn't actually read through it, and I was like, oh my god, this card is sick. So Monster Reborn, and I was able to just beat over all of his stuff, and he couldn't do anything because I had the extra hand trap in hand plus the negate from the new Gearfried. I'm playing two pots because when I was running three, I kept seeing too many of them. You want to see it, but you also don't want to resolve it twice. I think there might have been two games where I did resolve it twice, but I did win those games. But yeah. And then three signet mining, you just have to. It's your searcher card that helps make this deck somewhat relevant. And then for my traps, I'm running two rage and two roar. So I'm running two of each because ideally you want to be able to draw one of them, but also because you are running desires. If you banish one, you want the other. Overall, I think rage is definitely the better card. So if I am going second, I'll tend to side out one of these. However, roar. So people don't know the second effect of roar. If you have the opportunity, and you already use your wolf effect to like set rage, or then you should relink, and then you'll be able to set roar. It's very useful, although it does get banished afterwards. Still useful. All right, so now for the extra deck, you have your basic 3 Balinks. If you're playing 2, you're wrong. 3 Wolf, you have to be playing 3 Wolf. And then I am playing 2 Heatleo. I didn't really run into using it too much, but the ability to shuffle back row is definitely very beneficial. And then finally, we have your Splash Mage, super good for if you need a OTK. Your Update Jammer, Transcode, and Access Code. Only reason why this deck is able to do anything. And then I was also running one Avermax. There was a game against Dinos, not this weekend, but for the case tourney, that I made Avermax and they just could not beat over it whatsoever. And then finally was Baguska and Dweller. Did not use Dweller as much, but Baguska was a lifesaver. Basically 2 turns of draw stuff and be able to slowly build your board and resources. All right, so quickly I'll go through my extra deck, or side deck. 1 Pankratops, you have to. 3 Nibiru, just in case for those big wombo combos. 3 Lancia. This was actually very beneficial. I drolled and they called by, and then I chained Lancia. Because of that, I was able to win the game. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. I don't have Lightning Storms. So, 1 Red Reboot for traps. Did not really come up. I don't know if I'll keep it, but we'll see on that one. 3 Anti-Spell. This is just super good against Infernobles, against... there's a couple other decks that it was pretty useful for. It's pretty good against Dragon Link as well, especially going first. And then finally, 3 evenly matched. Never sided it in, or actually I sided in once, didn't see it. But I think what I'll probably do for the Dogmatica and the Dragon Link matchup, especially if I decide to go first, is light imprisoning mirror. All the dogmaticas, basically, they're dead. Well, they can still summon them and whatnot, but no effects. And then I think Makaba is a light, so that's pretty good. Alistair is a light, so there's a lot of things that just won't go off. So yeah, that's all there is for now. Thanks for tuning in. In about 2 weeks, I ordered a case of was it Phantom Rage? So I'll do a case opening, but stay tuned for that. I'm also starting to think about doing mukbang videos, so look out for those as well. See ya.